everybody. Here we are about 15 miles northwest of Concho, Arizona in Apache County. And our first big project out here on the homestead that we're just now building is the dog pen, so that we can leave and go to town without taking our dogs with us everywhere we go. So we built the dog pen and with the horse wire fencing down here, and then we wanted to electrify it so they cannot dig under the fence, or they're going to get shocked, or they can't go over, or they're going to get shocked. So we had it all planned out. Everything's going to be fine. All three dogs that we got are going to just stay right here in this little pen. Let's introduce the dogs here. Here's the big, strong livestock guardian dog, Luther. There's Luther. He's a good boy. And then we got Griff, the little guy. He's Griff. These two are like close brothers. They like to play and fight and wrestle around and stuff, so they're always going after each other. And it's kind of scary when the big one gets a little aggressive. It looks like he's about ready to kill him, but he's really not. It looks and sounds worse than what's really happening. No one's ever been hurt or anything like that. Then we got the old dog here. That's Jack. He's a 13-year-old golden retriever, or not a golden retriever, he's a yellow lab. So good old Jack's been with me a long time. Good old yellow lab, no problem at all. Never causes much, just stubborn, but he's a good boy. So, wondering why this little kennel's in here, the 10 by 10 kennel? Well, here's what happened. We were giving this electric fence a test right after we got it all hooked up. We put them in here. We were standing on the outside of the pen, Amber and I turned it on, and we're waiting for the first dog to get shocked, you know. And first one to really get hit was the little guy, little Griff. He put his nose down here on the lower wire. It popped him, and you know, you hear him a little yelp. So he got back away. Everything's fine, good. Then Jack got it. He just kind of flinched. He got back a little bit. Luther, I don't think he even got hit. He touched it a couple times, but I don't think it got him, because it's a pulse, you know. You got to be on there for just a minute before it gets you. And they were in there for about a minute or two. And then Amber decided to throw a tennis ball in there so they could play. And they started going for the tennis ball. Somehow they knocked it right over here into this corner. So they all started going for the corner, and it was on the inside of the lower electric wire. So, of course, the retriever, he's got to get the ball because he's a retriever. That's what he does. The other two are more interested in just kind of going over there to the ball and playing with each other. So Jack was the first one in there. It looked like he was taking a pretty good jolting from the electric wire. And then little Griff comes running in there right under Jack. And then he started getting hit. And then Luther comes in and starts grabbing hold of Griff and started like biting him and trying to pin him down and bite him. And then Griff was getting shocked so bad he couldn't get back up because Luther is holding him down into the electric wire. So now Griff's fighting for his life because he's just getting the crap knocked out of him. And first thing we should have done was turn the electric fence off. The switch is just right over there, but we were both just like in panic, like, oh my gosh, you know, what do we do? And Griff's just, and then the Luther's on top of him fighting back. So Luther's getting shocked through Griff is what it looked like. So all three dogs are just getting shocked to death. And the two that were going at, the little one and the littlest one and the biggest one, just thought, you know, they were both getting hurt, so they were fighting back and going, I mean, really, really to an extreme. It was way worse than we've ever seen. It was not playful at all. And I immediately came in and started grabbing them. I pulled them away from the electric fence. First thing I want to do is get them off that electric fence, but they still started going after it. Pretty soon, Luther's got Griff by the neck, and he starts to ragdoll him, and I'm like, oh, he's going to snap his neck and kill him, you know, right in front of me. So it freaked me out, and I wasn't like kicking him hard with my toe in the ribs, but I gave him a good hard solid kick to try to get him to let go. He wouldn't let go. So finally, after, I don't know, it all happened quick, 5-10 seconds, something like that. I yelled at him to the top of my lungs, and it startled him, and he let Griff down. You know, by then Griff, I'm sure, was hurt a little bit and bruised up, but he recovered fast. He's fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody's settled down. It took, you know, a good day to two days for everybody to settle down, but now everything's fine. They're back to normal. And so we decided we can't have that anything like that happen when we're not here, because if we weren't here, I don't know what would have happened. I don't know. That was pretty scary looking though. So we decided to put a kennel on the inside of the dog pen. We're going to keep Griff in there for now and maybe forever. I don't know. When we leave, we're going to put him in the kennel, probably with the old yellow lab here, Jack, because the two of them are really close. They like each other a lot, and they can share that dog house. So, and then we got another dog house over there for Luther. We're going to leave Luther out here. He can kind of guard the perimeter here while the two of them are inside the kennel. So I think we got it now. We trimmed this tree up real nice. It was really bushy and scraggly looking. So Amber did most of it. She trimmed it really nice, and we just put some finishing touches on it. And it's real good, nice under here for shade. So the dogs have shade from a tree right here on the outside of the pen. That gives it good shade on this side of the pen. And then over here on this side, they got good shade over here too. So I'll probably put a tarp over the top of it on one side here to give them a little shade in the summertime when the sun gets higher up and all that. But I think we got it nailed down now. We're going to give this a try and see what happens, and this should work out just fine. The little one and Jack over there, they're used to being in a kennel like that. Whenever we would leave, we used to do that where we used to live, and they would just walk right in and out like it was nothing. So they're used to it. That's no big deal. And Luther's the only one we haven't had fenced in. We've always let him roam free. So he's already been in here like 3 different times for like 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 hours a couple of times. Yeah, close to 4 hours, and he did just fine in here. So I think he's got it already. I'm sure he's already tested the electric wire, and he kind of knows not to try to dig or anything. So all of our dogs are doing good. Now we can go to town and get groceries or go somewhere if we want. So we got it all set up now. Give a little walk around this pen so you can kind of see what it looks like around here. We left a little gap right here so the dogs can, if they're not inside that kennel there, they can walk around in here. And then it's nice the dog house in the shade in here and kind of out of the weather. We got the openings pointed kind of to the northeast, so the southwest wind doesn't go right up inside the doorway. And then come around this way. We're on the sunny side of the tree. So it's like 2:30 in the afternoon right now, and this is how the sun hits in the afternoon. It shades everything real nice over there. The dogs seem to like it in here all right now. We're trying to make it more of a happy place for them, so you know, they don't feel like they're in trouble every time we bring them in here.